Content is that communication. Think about how much content gets consumed every single day. It's everywhere. Whether it's online or offline, content is everywhere, and we want to make sure that we have content out there that is communicating exactly what it is that we can do to help people so that more and more people can see and hear, right, that we are the person that can help them with the specific problem that they might have. So now that we know we need content, how are we going to go out there and create and or document content that we know people are going to love and that is actually going to go out there and help people, right? Possibly solve problems that we might be able to help people with, which is going to get them one step closer to wanting to start following us, wanting to start seeing more content, wanting to start getting around us because we are helping them get one step closer with our content and solving the problem that they might want to get solved. Or maybe we actually helped them with a piece of content solve a smaller problem that they had, right? So people want, right, to consume more of our content. So how do we go out there and produce more of that style of content that people are going to love? And that's very simple. We actually go out there and put content out there that people want to consume, that people are searching for, that people want help with. We don't just want to put up a phone in front of our face and start talking. Yeah, that's a start, but ultimately, right, when it comes to wanting to put content out there that people love, the first thing we need to do is we actually need to put content out there, right, that people are searching for and that they want, that people want to listen to, that people want to read, that people want to see. And then what we want to make sure that we do inside that content is simply just tell them where to go. Hey, if you liked this, then you'll love that. Hey, I want you to go and I want you to check out this since you watched that. Hey, since you came and visited my video today or visited my content or whatever, I might just ask you if you want to go down in the description and grab your free gift from me called the Profitable Presentation Pack. But that's all I'm asking you to do, and you can see that I'm doing it at the beginning of the videos and sometimes at the end, but ultimately, right, I'm letting people know that if they like this piece of content, there is a place that they can go right now so that they can not only get more content, but so they can start getting on the journey to getting our help. Before I go over how we can organize all of this stuff, because, content is kind of turned into its own business, how do we organize all this stuff? How do we consistently go out there and produce this stuff? And how do we, get our content out there for people to see? I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out new and exciting videos every single day showing coaches and healers so they can go out there and generate their first or their next $10,000 by reaching their first or their next 10K payday in their coaching or their healing business here in 30 days or less using a profitable presentation. Make sure to click that button below and subscribe. Now, here's one thing about content. And it happens every single day. There's so many people out there, so many coaches, so many healers, but just so many people that are creating content and putting it out there in the marketplace, putting it on YouTube, putting it on Facebook, putting it on Instagram, putting it on TikTok, wherever you put your content. It's not getting people attracted to them that actually need their help. It's not helping get people, right, fill out a form, take their CTA, whatever it might be. But what it's doing is just them in front of a phone talking about stuff that really no one really cares about. So ultimately, right, one of the things that we can do so that we can start getting more people watching us, more people hearing our stuff, is putting together a content plan. Putting together a plan of not only what we are going to talk about, but when we are going to talk about it. Understanding that certain topics and certain things might be on people's minds during certain times of the year. Think about Christmas, think about holidays, think about certain times of the year where people might go outside, where people might put swimming or bathing suits on, where people might, go and visit family, whatever it might be. But when it comes to that time of year when you have things at the top of the mind, that is typically when you want to start talking about things. That is typically when you want to start talking about when you could help somebody, right? Around a specific topic. So ultimately, right, maybe you are going to go out there and you're going to talk about one thing at the beginning of the year, but during the summertime, you might be wanting to talk about something completely different because ultimately the problem that you solve is doing something completely different just at the beginning of that time. So what we call this is sequencing our content or content sequencing. And what this allows us to do is to talk about specific things in our content in order so that we're not just talking about one random thing out there with our content one random day and then we don't start talking about it again for who knows how long. But ultimately, right, we're talking about similar things over and over and over again that's attracting a lot of people toward us, and we're not depending on one specific piece of content to do all the heavy lifting. We're able to talk about things around the same amount of time that is going to attract those types of people to us who are looking for that type of help right now. And then we're going to be able to run a profitable presentation or a virtual event behind us running all this content that is we're going to then invite those people to so they can start getting our help. Well, Sid, a content plan sounds great, but how in the world am I going to organize that? How in the world am I going to keep track with that? Well, let me give you a little trick. What we do is we take our content plan and we don't just have it in our head and we don't just write it down in a checklist. We actually go out there with our content plan and we put it in what we call a content calendar. Now, this wasn't something I created. This is actually something I first learned from a guy named Brendan Burchard. Some of y'all might have heard him. But ultimately, right, Brendan talks about this idea of what he calls a battle board. And the battle board is where he basically plans out his entire year by going out there and ultimately scheduling out all the things he wants to get done in 1 year. So we took that concept and what we did was we started building a content calendar around, right, what it was that we wanted to promote. So we would create content, right, and then start talking about things that we were going to be promoting right before we would start promoting it. That way we would start attracting people to us around that time that wanted what we were going to be promoting coming up very, very soon. And this allowed us to start grouping people together, getting people that needed our help around certain things that we were able to help them with around us. And ultimately, right, we were able to get a lot more eyeballs and ultimately create a lot more impact and sign up a lot more clients. Are you a coach or a healer who's looking to go out there and sign up new clients using content or going out there and just making more money in general? Well, if that's the case, and I just got done with what I call my brand new Perfect Profitable Presentation Pack, and it's right down here in the description for you to grab absolutely free. Now, what my Profitable Presentation Pack is going to be for you is going to be where you can go out there and use a profitable presentation and build your perfect profitable presentation in under 30 minutes or less so that you can use it here in the next 30 days or less to go out there and start making more money. Specifically, go out there and reach your first or your next 10K payday using it. So it's absolutely free and you're going to get 3 things when you go down there in the description and grab it right now. You're going to get my template, which shows you an overview of everything you need to do to go out there and put on the perfect profitable presentation. You're going to get my slides and you're also going to get my script so you can just fill in the blank and know exactly what you need to say. You're going to have everything that you need to put on a profitable presentation here real soon so that you can use it to get started in creating your first or your next 10K payday here in 30 days or less using it. I'm super excited for you to grab that right now in the description. And don't forget, we all win when we all win. Let's go out there and make a choice to win today, not only by subscribing to this channel, but by going down there and grabbing your free Perfect Profitable Presentation Pack right now. We'll see you in the next video.